Ba weep, grana weep, ninny bong, YouTube. You thought you could get rid of me? Well, you can't. I'm back better, stronger, faster. Like some sort of symbiote. I'm like a parasite. You can't get rid of me. You can't get rid of me. You can't. Oh, that waveform looks nasty. After another hiatus, I'm back again. And hopefully to stay this time. I'm in a much better position. A lot better mentally than then. That's for sure. And I figured I'd give reviewing figures another crack. So, you know, because it's something that I like. It's something that I'm passionate about. I love figures. I love SH Figure Arts. I love Transformers. I love Bring Arts. I love Proplica. I'm just looking at my shelf to see what I've got here still. I love Masterpiece. I love Legend. But it is time, isn't it? Yes. We're reviewing Megatron. At last. The greatest leader of the Predacons. Megatron's namesake. Yes. That was a reference to a line from Beast Wars. I'm just doing a bunch of references. Is that all I'm gonna be now? Just references? Just you know, figures? Bad jokes and references. Yeah, I guess so. Well, anyways, we're diving back into the world of Legends figures with another figure from Transformers, or more specifically, Beast Wars, with Robot Toys RT-02 Tyrant, or as he's better known as, old Greyface himself, Megatron. Yes. So for those of you who are unaware of what the company Robot Toys is, or what they do, I recommend you check out my RT-01 Caesar review. It's, worthwhile. Or, wait. This side. This side. Yeah, that's the side I pointed to. Not gaslighting you, I always pointed this way. Right at the banner. But for those of you who don't know anything about this version of Megatron, you obviously haven't seen Rise of the Beasts. Insert joke about poor box office performance here. I'm just kidding, by the way, unless you've already gone and watched that pretty good movie for Transformers. Even if you have watched that movie, or if you did right when I called you out for it, you still wouldn't know who this version of Megatron is. And, you know, not sorry for making you watch a good movie. Matter of fact, now that I think about it, if you would have seen that movie, and only that movie, you wouldn't know of any version of Megatron, really. It's almost like Hasbro's forgotten about old Buckethead and just kind of wants him to fade off into the annals of our minds. Oh. This version of Megatron is the leader of the Predacons, not to be confused with those Predacons. But they are descendants of the original Decepticons and Constructicons and Combaticons and Stunticons and Decacons. As I mentioned in the Caesar review way back when, the Predacons are locked in a civil war with the Maximals, just as their predecessors, the Decepticons and Autobots, were eons before. They're not exactly known for their teamwork or family dynamic, but they still band together in the name of evil and animosity towards their oppressors all the same. And of course, leading the charge is none other than the descendant of Megatron himself, but a lot smaller. But also, a lot more charming, conniving, clever, and a devilish despot at that. So, does the figure do a good enough job portraying that? Yes. Well, the word mini masterpiece comes to mind when I think of this figure, and I'll explain why, starting with the packaging for this purple prehistoric man. God, I thought I had this. The view makes it look so easy. Anyway, the packaging is the same as Caesar's, except quite a bit bigger. But apparently not big enough for actual instructions. It kind of makes sense considering that Tyrant himself is a lot bigger and there has to be room for his numerous accessories in the tray too, but you know, you still could have included a paper manual, maybe some staples, and make it a fancy booklet, you know, I'm just saying, I'll admit, I don't necessarily mind the packaging on these figures. It's basic, but effective. But based on what this company has been able to accomplish at this scale, I kind of wish that they would just, you know, flaunt it a bit more, you know what I mean? I mean, be proud of the fact that you've created a mini masterpiece. Give us some product shots, some dynamic photos, show off more of that snatched weight. From the first time I saw this figure on Mang Motion's channel, I knew I just had to have him. This was the figure I saw actually before Caesar, so this is what actually got me very interested in this line. The paint finish as well as the slightly more cartoon-accurate sculpt work compared to Caesar had me frothing at the mouth for a figure from the series that I didn't pay all that much attention to as a kid. Go ahead and call me a fake fan in the comments, I don't care. I care a little bit. I mean, I was much more of a Transformers Armada kind of kid, you know? And, I mean, to be fair, David Kaye does voice that version of Megatron too. But actually having this figure in hand, it certainly doesn't disappoint. It lives up to what I've seen in that video, and more. Everything feels nice and solid with a nice healthy heft to boot. Outside of the waist, but I guess that's also true for the masterpiece, isn't it? But it has that nice heft in part from the type of plastic used, as well as the hefty amount of die-cast metal used in the legs. I mean, genuinely, like, just about the entirety of his leg section is made out of die-cast metal. The only thing on his legs that isn't die-cast, I'm pretty sure, is just the feet. It's a lost art. And that heft in the legs makes it very easy for Tyrant to stand on his own, leading to little to no difficulty pulling off different poses. I don't know what you're still doing here. This was about to be the time where the segment started. You know, the segment. Articulation on Tyrant is nothing short of masterful, even better than on Caesar, even with the absence of articulated hands. But there is a solution for that, we'll get to it. Stop crying! The dynamic range on this small figure makes for some of the best expressions we could ask for on a legend scale figure, especially when we factor in the other expressions. Alright, now we can talk about the solution for the articulated hand. In terms of accessories, this figure is definitely on par with the masterpiece equivalent. Starting with the faces, he comes with a stern expression out of the box, but that's not befitting of our cartoonishly evil emperor, now is it? Because we also get a growling face and this delightfully devilish grin. Yes! The dino head isn't left out of the accessory department either, with this included blast effect that plugs into the mouth. In all honesty, at first glance, I thought this was a sword or something. I mean, my bad, I'm just a fake fan that doesn't have access to the instructions! There's also this runner with a couple parts that I don't know the proper implication of. I mean, I certainly would if there were instructions. Tyrant also has his rifle from the one episode where they hunted down the Maximals while they were trapped in their beast modes. A fantastic accessory that I'd be slightly let down without the inclusion of. Just like the toothbrush that Megatron holds to brush his dino teeth. And while we have the figure like this, we might as well talk about the other hands he has too. Along with his fist, he also has a pointing hand and an open hand. It's not the largest range of alternate hands, but it's everything I could really ask for this figure. I mean, including the accessories, it's everything and more. But we've only talked about one mode of this figure. Who's ready to meet Barney the dinosaur? Yeah! Uh-oh, that's not... There you go. Motion, I love you. There's no beef with you, no qualms. And I love that you're getting all these sponsorships and offers with these third-party companies to be their instruction video. But man, if you could just like make a slower paced video, that would be great. All right, that would be fantastic. I'm hoping my transformation sequence works in that regard, because a YouTube short that doesn't go the most in depth with the transformation just didn't cut it for me. I admittedly got lost and even stuck a couple of times in my first attempt transforming this figure. Unlike Caesar, you need instructions to navigate this dino's conversion, which is why it would have been great if paper instructions were included. But once it's done, the T-Rex mode is absolutely delightful. Yes. Are you tired of me doing that? Yeah. I feel like you might be tired of me doing that. The mode is surprisingly kibble-free for a legend scale figure, and has a fair amount of articulation to boot, though it's definitely beat out by New Ages figures. The Dino mode is, of course, still compatible with the blast effect, but unfortunately the Dino head seems a fair bit less cartoon accurate than one would hope, but stays in line with Caesar, so that's nice at least. All in all, you done good, Robot Toys. You done good. 4.5 out of 5 is my final rating for this figure, and my main complaint really comes down to the lack of instructions. Yeah, sure, the whole, like, loose ab crunch is definitely something that bothers me, but not nearly as much as the lack of instructions. And I mean, yes, it's a Legends figure, so the transformation couldn't possibly be that complicated, right? Well, we'll get to you. But those instructions could have provided more clarity with regards to the transformation, and also provided you with the purpose of certain accessories. But regardless, I can definitely cement myself as a fan of Robot Toys, and I hope they continue to do more of these Legend Scale Beast Wars figures. Oh!